Hey Joyce, have you heard about Fedora Linux? I've been diving into it lately and thought I'd share what I've learned.
I've heard of it. What exactly is Fedora?
Fedora is a cutting-edge Linux distribution known for its focus on free software and open source. It's sponsored by Red Hat and often serves as a testing ground for new technologies that eventually make their way into Red Hat Enterprise Linux.
How did Fedora come about?
Fedora started back in 2003 as a community project. It's evolved a lot since then, moving from a Red Hat-sponsored community project to a full-fledged distribution with its own release cycle and features.
How does Fedora compare to other Linux distributions?
It's pretty unique because it's always on the cutting edge, which means it is the latest software but might be less stable than some other distributions. Unlike Ubuntu, which is known for its stability and user-friendliness, Fedora prioritizes having the latest tech.
I'm thinking of trying it out. How do I install Fedora?
First, you need to download the Fedora ISO from their website and create a bootable USB drive using a tool like Rufus. Then, you boot from the USB and follow the step-by-step installation guide. It's quite straightforward. If you want to dual boot with Windows or macOS, you'd need to partition your drive and install Fedora alongside your existing OS.
What should I do once I've installed Fedora?
After installation, it's good to update your system with DNF Update. Familiarize yourself with the desktop environment. GNOME is the default, but you can choose from other options like KDE or XFCE. Learning basic terminal commands like ls, cd, and sudo will also help.
What are Fedora spins and labs?
Fedora spins are different desktop environments available for Fedora, like KDE Plasma or LXQT. Fedora labs are specialized versions with pre-installed software for specific uses, such as the Design Suite for graphic design or the Robotics Suite for robotics development.
What's the difference between Fedora Workstation and Fedora Server?
Fedora Workstation is geared towards developers and desktop users, featuring a polished desktop environment and development tools. Fedora Server, on the other hand, is optimized for server environments and includes server-oriented packages and tools.
How does package management work in Fedora?
Fedora uses the DNF Package Manager. You can install software with DNF Install, update with DNF Update, and remove with DNF Remove. Adding third-party repositories is also possible if you need software that isn't in the default repos.
Can you customize Fedora?
Definitely. For GNOME, you can use GNOME tweaks to change the appearance and install themes and extensions. If you're using a different desktop environment, like KDE, there are tools specific to that environment for customization.
What about Fedora Toolbox and containers?
Fedora Toolbox allows you to create lightweight, isolated environments for testing and development. Containers, managed by tools like Podman, provide another level of isolation for applications and services, making them useful for development and deployment.
I've heard of Fedora Silverblue. What's that?
Fedora Silverblue is an immutable variant of Fedora, meaning the base system doesn't change once installed. This provides more stability and makes updates safer. It's ideal for people who want a stable, reliable system with a fixed base.
How secure is Fedora?
Fedora has built-in security features like Selenium, which enforces access control policies, and a default firewall configuration. Keeping your system updated is crucial for security.
Can I use Fedora for development?
Fedora is great for development with tools like Git, Docker, and various programming environments readily available. You can set up your environment based on your needs, whether it's web development, data science, or programming.
What about gaming on Fedora?
Fedora supports gaming too. You can install Steam and use tools like Lutris and Wine to run Windows games. For the best performance, you might need to tweak some settings, but it's definitely possible.
What if I run into issues?
Common issues might include installation problems or driver issues. For troubleshooting, the Fedora community and forums are great resources. If something goes wrong, you can often find solutions or get help there.
How can I get involved with the Fedora community?
You can participate in forums, contribute to Fedora's development, or join local Fedora groups. The community is active and welcoming, and there are plenty of ways to get involved.
Finally, what if I want to upgrade Fedora?
Upgrading is pretty straightforward. You can use the DNF command to perform the upgrade. Just make sure to back up your data first. If anything goes wrong, having a backup will save you from losing important files.
Thanks for all the info, Tom. I feel more confident about trying Fedora now.
You're welcome. Enjoy exploring Fedora. If you have more questions, just let me know.